Okay, exercise 22 is a little different from the other exercises. The reason why is because by exercise 26, you're going to be taking a test. And the test is actually fun. Struggling with it is going to be fun, but it's actually kind of a hard test. So in this one, you're going to actually spend a little while kind of priming your memorization of what you should know. Now, I'm a big fan of memorizing stuff. And the reason why is because if you can get decent at memorizing things, you can actually speed up your acquisition of knowledge in the beginning of learning a subject. So if you know the names and concepts, you can actually recall base concepts, base terms, things like that, then it's easier to read more books later. This is similar in learning just about any language. If you learn the vocabulary of a language, then it becomes easier and easier to learn more of the language. So in this one, basically read the exercise. It says build up a list of all the keywords, everything you know, all the stuff you know, all the numeric things, all the plus, addition, division, the keyword def, things like that. Go back through your code. I'll show you an example. So if I were to just go through this, I could say, okay, well, we know def is a word, we know print, we know return, we know the parentheses, the comma, the colon, the minus, the plus, the multiplication, the division. The calling of functions is done like that. We know the equal sign assigns variables. The quote character for doing quotes, all the different kinds of quote characters. The escape sequences, the percent sign used here, the percent sign used here, and all of that in just one simple file. So you go back through all the exercises, all the code, and you write out a catalog. It's literally, and I like doing this on plain paper, but you could do it in a text file or anything like that. And you go through and you write down all the code, like all the pieces of Python you know. And then you write down what they do, and that might take some research. Maybe you don't quite know what the percent does, so maybe Google online, go search online trying to find like a percent here. What does the Python percent sign do? Things like that. Once you have that, you got to drill it. So there's two ways to drill it. I prefer index cards. Their 3x5 index cards would be the American version, just the business cards, small little stock cards that you could write things on. Write one half of it on the front, one half of it on the back, go through and drill it. Flashcards are what these are. There's also a program that's free, and it's pretty decent. It's called Anki. And what Anki does is it's basically an automated flashcard program. So you can find this online. And if you want to use it, it's pretty simple. You make new cards. There might be already cards for a lot of the drills and learn Python the hard way. I know a lot of people have gone through it, and I think you can download some drills for this. So pretty easy. Program's called Anki. There you go, Anki. Look for it online. Very simple to find. I recommend you spend about a week doing this. Spend about maybe a total of an hour a day. But honestly, like an hour a day continuously wouldn't be beneficial. So do it in like 15-minute bursts for like an hour to 2 hours a day. So a really good idea is if you ride the bus to work and then say go to lunch and then come back from lunch and ride the bus back from work. Or if you drive, then have the flashcards and go through them. If you drive, don't go through flashcards, but maybe you make a equivalent of an audio tape, you just make some MP3s, listen to them in the car while you drive. One student actually took and made flashcards and pasted them to the inside of her bathroom. And like in the shower. So when she would shower, she could sit there and actually like go through the memorization to it. She sent me a picture of it. It was like awesome. She just laminated it, slapped it on the inside of her shower. And then while she's in there showering and doing stuff, she's just going through memorizing, the terms she had to do. The reason why I'm emphasizing memorization now is this is a small number of things to memorize that you've actually already gone through. So when you get better at this, there's later exercises where you memorize things and should make it easier. Okay, go to it. Take as long as you need to. Make sure you know these pretty cold, and then go on exercise 23.